Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I'm indeed very honored and humbled to have this opportunity to share a message with all of you on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of the opening of the Shri Shri Radhanath temple. This is quite a notable milestone, 40 years. It is a milestone that has an immense history behind it, a history of so many trials and tribulations, so many sacrifices and challenges, and so many successes, all by Shri Shri Radhanath's arrangement and grace. Naturally, I wish I could have been personally present to share this event with all of you today, to hear from the senior Vaishnavas present and to hear from each other, to engage in some service to Shri Shri Radhanath today, and also to view the mesmerizing flower bathing ceremony that will start soon. Still, I am very grateful that Shri Shri Radhanath are engaging me here in India, now in Sri Vrindavan Dham, during this holy month of Kartik. Today, I feel deeply grateful to have had residence at the holy abode of Shri Shri Radhanath temple for many, many years. Shortly after being convinced by Srila Prabhupada through his books, I moved into our temple extension, ashram in Phoenix in the early 1990s. Then after being sent to serve in ISKCON Juhu, Mumbai for a few years, I was sent back to serve at Shri Shri Radhanath temple in 1997. While at Radhanath temple, I was very fortunate to have served in a variety of ways. I was engaged as a Sankirtan devotee, selling books and calendars, writing up BTG subscriptions, although I was never really expert at it. I served as a pot and plate washer in Govinda's restaurant and the temple devotee kitchens, as a temple room cleaner under our dear Ramananda Prabhu's supervision. I served as Jai Sachinandan Prabhu's driver for a while, as a pujari, as a brahmachari ashram leader, as a vice president, and also a temple president. It's really quite amazing how that just by a small desire to please Srila Prabhupada, and by Srila Prabhupada's empowerment, even an unqualified person can be engaged in so many ways. Now, throughout all these numerous engagements, one thing was always crystal clear to me, and that is that all these service roles are very, very dear to the deities, dear to them without any distinction or discrimination. Unlike in the material sphere, where one's progress is acknowledged by some external upward mobility or some position, in spiritual life, however, one's progress is not marked by external designations, but by one's consciousness. Shri Shri Radhanath are very gracious and are known as Bhava Grahi Janardana, the Supreme Lord who extracts the bhava, or the mood and spirit of his devotee service, whether one is serving as a temple president or as a temple room cleaner. I am in awe of so many devotees who, without any ISKCON managerial designation, are clearly so advanced in Krishna consciousness. Today I also stand deeply appreciative of the thousands of devotees who have come before me to serve the Shri Shri Radhanath temple. We all stand on their shoulders today. Every service engagement and experience here at the temple, which now seems somewhat effortlessly facilitated, was actually made possible by their sacrifices. It would be deeply remiss of us to forget these devotees. For me in particular, on a personal note, I want to offer my obeisances to some of the exalted Vaishnavas who in my life have impacted me in so many ways and who have now since departed, who have passed away. Notably, His Holiness Bhakti Charaswami Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Kadambakandana Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Krishnadas Swami Maharaj, our very dear Shamal Prabhu, Ananga Manjari Mataji, and Suniti Mataji. Similarly, all of you today should take some time out and remember these devotees and offer your gratitude to those persons who have paved the way of Krishna Bhakti for all of us. Today we are also all very, very fortunate to have the association of Shuddhi Prabhu. So please join me in offering our sincerest appreciation to him. And while he's here in Durban, please seek him out. Take his association and offer your service to him. Shuddhi Prabhu came to South Africa as a teenager, and he established Srila Prabhupada's movement here. Thank you so much, Shuddhi Prabhu. There have been many significant devotees who have helped establish Krishna consciousness in South Africa, but Shuddhi Prabhu, you were the first, by Srila Prabhupada's grace and his service to Lord Chaitanya. Now, devotees, I would also like to share some thoughts on the future of Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Temple, specifically a message to our youth. I was just about 28 years old when I was asked to serve as a temple president here. Yet compared to the age of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who were opening and leading centers all over the world, 28 would be considered quite old. So to our younger aged devotees, please do not allow your apparent young age to be a mental obstacle, and never ever let anyone tell you that you are too young. You have the energy, you have the on-the-ground insight, and you really have the dedication and sincerity to take Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Temple to heights never before experienced. After observing so many of you for so long, I am convinced of this. So please make good on all the abilities and facilities you have been blessed with, especially your youthful energy, and taking the guidance of senior devotees, dedicate these best years of your life to something eternally meaningful, the service of Srila Prabhupada and Shri Shri Radha Radhanath. Srila Prabhupada writes in a purport in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that this Krishna consciousness movement is a continuation of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So I eagerly look forward to witness the roles that the youth will play in the continuation of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in Durban. In conclusion, I would like to share with you all one of the most important realizations that I have gained from the years I've practiced Krishna Bhakti. And that is that the success of our temple here, and even one's personal success in Bhakti, lies in how faithfully we represent Srila Prabhupada, how faithfully we align with and imbibe his teachings, and how we strive together to further his mission. Nowadays, there is sometimes a tendency to be swayed by modernity, by popularism, by psychology, and all sorts of other influences. And sometimes we then drift from the teachings and standards set by Srila Prabhupada. But let us become a community, let us become known as a community that is eager to access and understand Srila Prabhupada's teachings, and then to carefully and maturely implement those teachings. And then let Krishna do the rest. In that way, our success is guaranteed. Srila Prabhupada's and Shri Radhanath's servants are very special. And so I offer my pranams to all of you. I know that I have inadvertently disturbed some of you in the course of the immature execution of my service as an inexperienced manager. I appeal to all of you to please look favorably upon me and excuse my numerous shortcomings. As I continue in this next phase of my service to Shri Radhanath, I am dependent on all of you for your grace and kindness. Thank you all so very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Radhanath, and all glories to all the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.